Giving, giving all praise and honor and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, Rakapadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to the Achanis out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is a really quick video that I came across. This was uploaded like two weeks ago, but I'm just now coming across it. Everybody's heard of this whole spring break stuff, situation by now, I'm sure. Said I really haven't done a video on it or anything like that. But this is just a little bit of a clear reminder of the times that we're in. And I'm gonna tell you right now, spring break is not this whole spring break thing. This is just a more larger scale version of what happens every single day. You know what I mean? It was just a big gathering and stuff like that. These diseases that, even this guy has on the thumbnail, he's just riddled with them. But, everybody looks at that whole spring break thing as this whole big, surprise. And, well, newsflash, for all you people that somehow still don't know, that, like I said, stuff like that happens all the time. It's just this whole spring break thing was just a more larger scale version of what happens every single day, right? So this is just a little bit of a reminder of the times that we're in and what we should and should not focus on. And one of these things that we should not focus on is I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Sex in Babylon, sex in America, sex in this world right now in April of 2026 right now, it is a dangerous, very dangerous game that you're playing for on multiple occasions, and it's even more dangerous for men. All right, I say that because everybody carries diseases, men, women, whatever. I'm not really focused on the disease part. That's one of the things that comes with it. All right. Because this place is riddled with just, with diseases. All right. That's just one of the things. I say it's more dangerous for men because don't let you get a woman pregnant. She got you. That's a trap. Right. The system is on her side automatically. Like I said, you know what I mean? Men that still get married, they don't benefit off it. Most married men, are not happy. Right. And that's for a good reason, because we don't have any power. We don't have any rulership. All right. So the whole sex thing, this is something, especially us as, you claim to be a man of the Lord or whatever, we really shouldn't be focused on that. All right. I'm talking about the whole sex aspect. What we want. I personally don't even deal in relationships. All right, these women, I don't take nobody seriously, let alone a woman. You know what I mean? I'm talking about. I don't take none of these people in the world seriously at all. Like I said, let alone a woman. All right. So this is a book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Now, going into this scripture, this is pretty much a twofold scripture. These quote unquote oppressors, right, in the title here, they're really talking about other Jake, like wealthy Jake, like Jake with a bunch of oppressing, higher up Jake, right, higher up Israelites, all right, kind of like Nate. This scripture is perfect for Nate. All right. So guys like him. But this is also the oppressors we all know is also talk about Esau. So these scriptures, when you understand the language of the Bible, you would know that scriptures can go manifold. All right. It can mean one scripture can mean or have a word in it that kind of makes the scripture mean 7 different things, right? So and this arising and depart, this is telling those those other quote unquote wealthy Israelites that were, oppressing the poor to depart, for this isn't your rest anymore because you polluted it, right? You did this, that, and the third. So you arise and you depart, for this ain't your resting place no more. But this is also, right? Again, manifold. This is also talking about us leaving this pollution. All right, us leaving this, or not leaving, but our minds being separated. Don't be conformed. Right. That's another pretty good one. Right. Be not. Oh, dang it. Conformed. All right. I said be conformed. Be not conformed. That's what I meant to type in. All right. So Romans 12:2. Yep. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Right. Or else you're going to end up like this. All right. Sleeping around with everything. Right. Just hitting everything that walk. And like I said, that whole spring break thing is just a larger scale version of what goes on. And it's just more out there, more known. Right. Again, this goes to show us what exactly we're supposed to focus on. One of Jake's biggest problems, and I mean Jake and the truth as well. I'm talking about brothers in the truth as well. One of Jake's biggest problems is women. Right? They try they try their best to keep their eyes on her. You know what I mean? Jake get a woman, the patterns start changing. They start coming. You notice they start coming to camp late. They start not coming to camp at all. They come to camp really, drained and tired. You know what I mean? And then you gotta know that you being a man of the Lord, you gotta know that everything is spiritual. So a woman would do something the night before camp, and it's just like something that could have waited. Probably argue with you, probably try to seduce you and lay down with you the night before camp to keep you up all night. You know what I mean? Pretty much draining your soul right before camp. And then you come to camp, you all dragging, you all tired and stuff like that, right? Yeah, I understand. This is a spiritual thing, right? And again, this is one of Jake's biggest problems is women. Constantly arguing, right? Constantly trying to keep your trying to keep your eyes on her and stuff like that, right? She got you doing certain things that is out of your character, right? You putting your strength into her. Like I said, it's an awful lot of things that I can name that change, man. Right? So, the whole sex thing, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. That's why I said don't be conformed to this world. And don't worry about hitting and smashing or whatever y'all call it now, man. Don't worry about that stuff. Right? This is why I personally keep to myself, man. It's just me personally. Right? It's almost dangerous to mess with hookers now because everybody's so disease ridden. Everybody's so disease ridden. And women are more than likely going to be the carriers because of, obvious reasons. Right? Obvious reasons. I say more than likely because they carry more of the diseases because of obvious reasons. But as we see here, now he's absolutely riddled with them. And like I said, this is just one case. And did you notice one thing too? It's always G. It's always G, man. You know, it just never fails. You tell me who the people of the Bible really are. Sheesh. You don't see no Jewish man with posted up like this. Because it's Jake. Jake is way out of control. The world is way out of control. Because we are out of our heritage. Right? So, anyway, that's pretty much all I got on this, man. You know, arise ye and depart. This is not your rest. It's really not. It's going to pollute you with a very, very sore destruction. It is not good. It is not good at all, man. Every disease of the physical disease and spiritual disease is right here in America, man. And then it just spreads. It's really all over the world, but America is the epicenter of the bullshit. This is why all these other countries are getting upset with America. Because America is literally the epicenter of shit. And everything that's wrong with the earth right now. America is the center of attention when it comes to that. All right? The protagonist, should I say. Anyway, that's all I got on this, man. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Shalom.